Hey guys, Brad coming at you here with a little video of stuff I kind of forgot to show you. After I was getting just blasted from you good people with the Christmas packages, I forgot a few things that came in the mail prior to that. So that's what we're going to make this video for, and we'll talk some foosball. Let's get into the football, shall we? We'll start with my Dolphins. We got another safety. That makes 4 this year. Our offensive line is so bad. Now, Mike Pouncey was out. Juwan James has been out for the last few months. Our guards already stunk. So we basically had one legit NFL offensive lineman in the game the entire game. But, yeah, we gave up another safety. The last play of the game, the guy hiked it a hut before he was supposed to hike it, so that's why it looked so awkward. We actually moved the ball in between the 20s. But what do I always say? The difference between the average and good quarterbacks is third down and red zone. Tannehill this year was not good at either of those. Again, you watch the game, obviously not all his fault. That's obvious. But he needs to perform a little better. He just leaves plays out there. Now again, when you're worried about getting hit 1,000 times, the one thing I'll say about him is there ain't a tougher quarterback in the league than him. There might be guys as tough, but no one's tougher than that guy. Because no one gets hit more than that guy. I'll give you, Matt Hasselbeck, by the way, should not be allowed to step on an NFL field because the man cannot protect himself. What is this, 4 or 5 games in a row where he had to leave the game? And these are fairly basic hits, folks. These are just fairly good hits. I'm like, Tannehill would have to leave after every drive. If he took just every time he took a hard hit. So Matt Hasselbeck, if they allow him on the field with all this player safety business, somebody should get fined, suspended, or something. See, he should not be allowed to step on an NFL field again. He cannot protect himself. I love you, Matt, but you should not be playing NFL football. Please retire. It's not a skill-based thing. Your body just can't handle it. So Matt Hasselbeck should not be allowed to step on an NFL field. He cannot protect himself. So there's my little rant about it. Because I was like, really, we got to go through this again? But the Dolphins just kind of stink. They at least showed a little fight in the second half of the Colts game, at least. But, yeah, because nothing I hate more than watching, against the Chargers, where your team just gives up. You don't mind your team losing, but you hate when they don't try. Yeah, so, I don't know. On our way to a top 10 pick again, I guess. Other news today. Chip Kelly fired. I honestly didn't see it coming. I thought they wouldn't let him pick the players anymore, be the GM part of it. But I thought they were going to keep him around one more year. I did. Because he hasn't been as atrocious as everyone. I don't know. It seems like people. I guess he's just not a likable guy, but I was like, he did win 10 games his first 2 years or whatever, and then, had an off year this year. He obviously doesn't know what he's doing from a personnel standpoint, but that was kind of the owner's fault with that. You shouldn't give him that power. Every head coach should have input, though. But no one should be, the final decision maker, You got to coach a football team. Leave the GM people, how many practices are you watching? How many game films of a guy previous did you watch? Leave that up to the real general managers. So I never liked the coach picking all the players. No, I like the coach having input. But hate them having all the power, But, so it kind of surprised me a little bit. I thought he'd be back for at least one more season. So, I don't know if it was a mutual thing. I'm starting to think maybe it was a mutual thing. Everybody, of course, the rumors of him going to the Titans now, but, oh. I don't know if he coaches in the NFL this year. We'll see. But that surprised me a little bit. Some people aren't surprised by it, but I thought for sure he'd get another year at least as just the head coach. Because that owner is not a knee-jerk owner. So, he stuck with Andy Reid how many years? Rightfully so, but so usually he doesn't, quick hooks, so that kind of surprised me. But yeah, be careful what you wish for too. You might be like, I hate Chip Kelly. It can get worse than Chip Kelly, just saying. But yeah, so a little surprising. What else? How about the Arizona Cardinals? That actually didn't surprise me very much, though. I mean, as you know, I've been on kind of, I don't want to say hating, on the Packers being very limited bandwagon. They have to play a team. They can beat any team if they play zone coverage against them and non-attacking style. They do fine. So Arizona's an absolute nightmare matchup for them. Not only what Arizona can do on offense, but defense. They blitz the heck out of you. They play tight man-to-man. That's a nightmare for Packers offense. That's just a nightmare. And they couldn't keep a hold of the ball, which didn't help, and that's why it got out of hand. But you notice when you watch the Packers, you play a team that kind of plays soft. Aaron Rodgers can still pick you apart. He's still Aaron Rodgers. But it's the receivers is the problem. You get up on those receivers, they don't beat press man very often, so they struggle with that. So it was just a bad matchup for the Packers. So that honestly really didn't surprise me that they got blown out. So we'll see what they do against the Vikings. Speaking of the Vikings, finally got their defense back. They've been banged up for a month. You see pretty good defense when they're all healthy, so if Teddy Bridgewater plays well, you never know. But Packers kind of been their kryptonite, so we'll see. I think that they moved that to the Sunday night game. So we'll see who wins the division. Basically, who has the home game. But to the probably most talked about game of the week, Patriots Jets. Ooh my. Jets dominated that game. They really did. And they still went into overtime. So it depends on, do you want to look at the glass half empty or look at the glass half full? You look at it like, yeah, we just dominated the Pats and played well. Ryan Fitzpatrick, who, I have to say, I make fun of Ryan Fitzpatrick all the time over the years. But that man balled this year. He's usually awful 6 weeks, average 6 weeks, good 4 weeks. That's usually what Ryan Fitzpatrick is if he starts the whole season. Well, he's been good at least 10 of the weeks. 10, 12 games of the week. I mean, he's been on point. So, Ryan Fitzpatrick, you have proved Brad Smith wrong. You can be a starting quarterback for 16 games in this league. Who knew? But, yeah, the fact they still had to go to overtime. And then, of course, the Bill Belichick outsmarting himself, and I'm going to kick. I would have been fine with this decision if this was like a 6-6 ball game, the weather was 40 miles an hour, and no offense could do squat. I would not have second-guessed this decision at all. But when Fitzpatrick has had a pretty efficient day against you, and you can't cover Brandon Marshall, giving them the ball first, I don't really like that chances. I think I'd rather just have Tom Brady have the ball. And everybody's like, you can't question Bill Belichick. He's good. Just because you're great and you majority of the time make good decisions doesn't mean you can't be a moron every once in a while. In this case, I think he was a moron. Nothing wrong with saying that. Sometimes you're just a moron. And he was a moron. I'd rather lose because Tom Brady couldn't move the ball than, oh, we couldn't stop the Jets. I think I'd sleep better the other way around. But I think he just tried to outsmart himself a little bit. But, yeah, there's a little foosball talk for you. First up, I did a trade with Mr. Fisher Bike. He had a few cards he wanted for a friend of his. I had a few cards he wanted to pick up for a friend of his. And I got this nice Miguel Cabrera Prism die cut. Orange, numbered to 60. I just like the look of the card. So I was like, hey, throw that in with this and you got a deal. Numbered to 99 out of 14 Elite. Mr. Ryan Tannehill. Sticker auto clear acetate thingamajigger. There it is. Yeah. I didn't have it, so I was like, we'll do that. So, Jason, appreciate it, man. And then I forgot I got this in a, I don't even think it was a 9-boxer. It was just something cheap. And I bought the Dolphins in it. I think it was only 6 boxes because someone already bought 3. I don't remember. But I got a nice hit. Number 10 out of 15. Patch auto red to 15. Devontae Parker. And I got his pretty decent signature, so that was cool. Had a triple threads. I think I also hit a Jay Ajayi autograph too. I forgot to bring that in. But yeah, he's showing some promise here the last month, so hopefully him and Landry are... I don't think our weakness is the wide receiver position, I'll say that. I'm not really that concerned about that position. Everything else, could use an upgrade, but the wide receiver position I'm not that worried about. And then I told you I had another immaculate pickup coming in. This is number 92 out of 99. 3-color, maybe a hint of a 4-color if you turn it just right. But one of my favorite Dolphins, Mr. Cameron Wake. Patch autograph. As soon as I saw he had one of those, I was like, oop, I'm going to be getting that. And there it is. Cameron Wake patch auto. I'm currently bidding on a Marino Immaculate Moments autograph on the Bay, so we'll see how that goes. But that was the other card I wanted out of Immaculate that was feasible to get, I saw the 101 NFL Shield pulled of Dan Marino in P. Fudd's room. Oh, talk about a gorgeous card. I was like, why didn't I buy the Dolphins in that break? Oh, but I haven't been doing many group breaks lately. Nothing good really came out. Like Top Strata Baseball, it's better than what Strata has been. Just the collation's horrible on it. Like, you can get 4 autos of the same guy. Problem is, there's only 24 cards in a whole case, and I'm getting 4 autos of the same dude, and it happens, regularly. So that's my only complaint with that. But some nice-looking cards in the Strata, so for those of you that figured out Strata sucks, search Strata on the Bay. You might have some cards for your PC team on there. Very nice. I don't really recommend it for group breaks. If you like to risk it, it's $95 a box, it's $90 a box maybe. So it's 3 out of the 12 boxes are really nice. The rest of it's, typical product, but some nice looking cards. I told you I haven't been joining many breaks, which I haven't, but I did one player break, and I bought Pedro Martinez in it. It was a tribute player break. And, it was down to 20, and I just helped him fill it. I was like, hey, I'll take Pedro. I like Pedro. Well, I didn't hit a Pedro Martinez, but he was also giving away a free case of 2015 Bowman Draft if it filled. He's trying to just get more exposure, more people in there. So I had one spot out of 233 to win this case of 2015 Bowman Draft. And yesterday I get an email from this breaker saying, hey, Brad, guess what? You had a 1 in 233 shot, and you have won the free case of 2015 Bowman Draft Baseball. So, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Because I think I'm going to do it as a giveaway on here in some form or fashion, whether it's contest. I haven't figured out what I want to do here, but I couldn't believe that. 1 in 233 chance, and I guess I won the free case of Bowman Draft Baseball. As you know, not a prospect guy by any means from baseball. So the prospect guy regularly does it. Said it was just an average case, but hey, it was free. I don't care. I think I hit an orange autograph with somebody, but so yeah, when that comes in, I'll show you what it is, and I think I'm gonna try to do some form of giveaway for you folks. I think that's what I'm gonna do with it, but I have to think, maybe a fun contest we can do with it. But I just couldn't believe that. I was like, horseshoe up the A, I guess, huh? Couldn't believe that. But that's all I got, folks. Won't keep you any longer. I know there was a bunch of games I forgot to talk about. Oh, we'll talk about one last one. Broncos-Bengals on Monday night. Chicago fan Paul asked me what do I think of A.J. McCarron as the Bengals quarterback. That's what I was going to do. As you saw, in the first half, they're running the football. In what I would call an efficient offense. You see, he's fine. He looks like an NFL quarterback. Second half, one-dimensional. You see why he's a backup. It's not anything against him. That's the way a lot of quarterbacks are. But he's definitely a stay on schedule, 3-yard run, 4-yard run. I'll throw a pass. I'll chuck it deep every once in a while. I mean, he's an accurate guy. He threw a bunch of accurate passes, but not a guy you want throwing 40 times. You know what I'm saying? And boob play at the end of the game. But yeah, so they aren't winning a title with A.J. McCarron. I can guarantee you that. So hopefully Dalton gets back. Hopefully they automatically get to the second round of the playoffs. That would be awesome. But Broncos, typical Broncos, they play one good half of football. This time it was just the second half, and they got a victory out of it. But the last month, they seemed to play 24 minutes or 30 minutes of good football, and the other 30 minutes they looked like a 2-14 team. I can't figure it out, but I don't think everybody's like, oh, Manning's coming back for the playoffs. Man, who do they start? I don't think Manning's coming back. I think that's all a facade. I don't think he's coming back. I think you're going to see Osweiler in the playoffs. So that's it. That was the last game I think I wanted to talk about. So thanks for watching. Holy crap, I took almost 18 minutes of your time. Sorry, guys. Hope you watched some of it. Bye-bye. Love you all. Till next time.